everyone, it's Rolando with Information Starts Here, and we're actually out of our studio area because we've listened to some of your requests, and that's some of the nonprofits in the area, organizations and community services that are providing services in San Bernardino right now during this really critical time that we're all, facing some, decisions that we have to make on a day-to-day. But I'm here with Jay with
Family Assistance Program.
Okay, and Jay, how long has Family Assistance been here in the community of San Bernardino?
So our location, our program here has been here for almost a year now. We're coming up on our year anniversary. So short time, but we've done a lot in that short time for sure.
Yes, and I've seen a lot of the growth, a lot of the interaction you guys have done here in San Bernardino, which is making a really big impact for a lot of families that just don't know where to go sometimes. So I know there's a lot of, and that's what I've talked about on different podcasts, that there's a lot of resources out there, but sometimes viewers don't know how to get to those resources.
Yes.
They don't, and they drive by all the time, but they wonder, what's going on, and what's going on over there in that corner. So now we're bringing this information to them through the mobile app, because through YouTube, through social media, through Facebook. And that's why I'm inviting a lot of you folks out there that are viewing us. If you have a resource, to come onto the show, we'll get that resource out to the community, because every family that we can touch makes a difference. So can you tell us a little bit about the services that you're providing here at Family Assistance Programs?
Sure, and just to touch on what you mentioned, I think access to information is a big thing out here. There's needs out there and there's resources out there, but just putting people in touch with those resources is kind of what we're here to do, and that's what people are lacking out here. Is there's things that are out there that can help them, but they just don't know where to go to get that stuff. So we're kind of here that in between. We might not offer all these resources ourselves, but we can put everybody in touch with those resources.
It's connecting.
Yes.
And that's the most important thing. A lot of times we can't find that connection.
Correct.
So I know you're going to talk a little bit about the resources today. Also, we have a few other staff members of Family Assistance Program that we're going to get a little bit of a more insight as to what they're doing here to help make a difference. So
yeah. So now with all the pandemic and everything, we want to make sure that people know that we're still here. We're still here to help. We definitely understand that our services are essential to the community, and we want people to know that we're not shutting our doors. We're still open for business. We can't have any clients come in, of course, for our safety and everybody else's safety, but we can still be accessed via phone, email. We're still just as accessible as we were before. We might be working from home or just a few days in the office, or a little bit of outreach out there in the street, which we will probably be picking up and increasing our outreach presence shortly here. But yeah, we're still here. So
awesome. So there's what's the other aspect that you wanted to share with us about the resources that you have here? What type of resources are you providing right now? So
what we were doing before all this happened was helping get homeless individuals and families connected with resources, get them either access to hotel vouchers, in the motels, or with other more long-term housing, different shelters, things like that. So that's what we're helping a lot with, are pointing them towards where you can get food, groceries, hot meals, showers, all that stuff. And then of course helping with job searching, resume building, and all that. So now with all this happening, we're still doing all of that stuff. We just can't do it in person. Okay. But we're still trying to make ourselves as accessible to the people that need the help as we can.
Okay. Was there anything else that you wanted to share with anybody in regards to any other resources, or what are your needs? That's the other thing. What do you need? What do you need help with?
So needs, we really, the needs that we're seeing so far is people need groceries, food, diapers, things like that, toilet paper. Unfortunately, all the people out there hoarding the toilet paper. We definitely have clients that are looking for that. We can distribute if we can get anybody that wants to get these things like toilet paper, hand sanitizer out to the community. That's what we can do. We're here. We do through our outreach.
So
efforts.
If someone was to bring something here, do they? I mean, is there? I know we have to take precautions. So sanitizing it and stuff like that. That's something that you guys will.
Correct. Yeah, we can meet them at the door, bring it in, sanitize it, and then from there we can add it to our outreach kits when we go do our outreach and make sure those get out to the people that need it.
Great. Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you. And I know we have
course.
somebody else to.
We do, yeah. So a lot of our services and the other services our partners are going up online. So yeah, part of our efforts is to just really add a lot of information on our Facebook page because we want to try to get that out to as many people as possible and let them know what's going on out there and where the resources are.
Right. Okay. So we're going to bring on someone else today?
Yes. So Ginger's going to be our Facebook person, so we can bring her up here.
Okay.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, Ginger.
Yes.
Now, you've I've had a chance to come and we did a little bit of talk about the last time that we had we were talking about open mic night.
Right.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that's on hold.
Yes.
But you're still finding another way to reach out through your social
media.
Yeah.
Right now we're on Facebook, so I will be posting any resources that I come across, or all of us come across actually, and any even job openings. There are places that are still running that need employees, so those who need work, we're still there to try to help them find that.
like the stores, the markets. I know that.
Yeah, the grocery stores, anyone who sells food, really. Yeah,
Right. And then also, what are your Facebook pages? The name of the page.
Family Assistance Community Resource Center.
Okay, so it was Mount Vernon and now it's that one.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we'll post that information up as well.
Okay.
And then also, are you on Instagram?
Not yet.
Not yet,
I'm working
okay.
on getting those
Okay.
Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter.
Okay. No TikTok or TikTok or TikTok? Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. No.
Well, I hear it's really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's coming soon. Any other, can you share with us just maybe an interesting story that, of a family that you've been able to help them get out of their situation, how worse it might be?
Well, I'm in touch with some of the youth that come in, and they're not even allowed out of their home.
Right.
So if we can at least maybe drop a grocery bag off by the door or connect through them through social media, just so they don't get bored. Everyone has access to their social media. Everybody's on their phone. Everybody's online, so they can find us on there.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. So thank you, Ginger, for sharing that with us. We have up next is Michelle with an L.
Hey,
One
everybody.
L.
One L. Thank
One
you.
L.
Thank you. You remember.
I remember that. So, Michelle, what are some of the resources that you help focus on here at the Family Assistance Program?
Well, I'm a case manager here, and I get a lot of homeless or at-risk homeless clients. I work with the adults mainly, 8 to 12, and so I do a lot of, helping them find shelter. Like Jay said, a longer term is my goal, or even low-income housing.
Okay. So, can you share us with an example of someone that you've recently been able to help out in their situation?
Sure. I also work at CFS as a domestic abuse counselor, and there was a client that I was working with, and she came in for some housing assistance. She had already lost her children, and didn't know where she was going to go. And of course, she needs stable housing. So in the meantime, I was helping her find somewhere that was really going to help her.
Right.
Again, not just throw her in a shelter somewhere. They're not all bad. They do have transitional also, but she needed to stay in the area, and the program was, I felt, would be very beneficial for her, and they would also assist her in getting her children back. That's their goal also. So we made a call. She had her interview, and she was taken into the program in about a week.
Beautiful. Yeah. So again, there's a phone number that we'll post up that you guys can call and reach out. And if you just need to have a conversation, you just need to talk to someone, maybe just to share a little bit of maybe you just want to talk to say, hey, it's how are you guys dealing with what's going on in your home, or just, how is everyone dealing with what's going on, just being at home.
Yes. I will be creating a Google number. And I will be working a lot from home. I'll be going to our shelter also to do some work. But I plan on continuing the case management and staying in contact with our clients because we take great pride in them and helping them and being there as family.
Right.
So I will, yeah.
I know you might not have the answer for this, but I was just thinking when you're just mentioning that how individuals that are in a shelter right now, how are they coping with this situation? I mean, that could be very challenging too.
Yes. I did talk to one of my friends that works at the shelter, and it's getting a little hectic. Kids can't go to school. Moms are stuck in the house. Nobody can take care of their business. Staff is pretty much doing all the shopping, which they do anyways.
Right.
But yes, it's going to be interesting to be back there.
Well, I've seen a lot of creative things on Facebook, a lot of creative things online that are giving ideas and suggestions of what kids can do in a small area that they're in. So there's a lot of things that they're posting. So it's kind of a good thing right now with social media because it's where a lot of people are sharing information of what you can do while you're just sitting around waiting for something new to happen. So thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. And then we'll continue with, we have one more guest with us. And we have Levi.
How's it going?
Great. So Levi, share with us a little bit about you've been here for the same time that we opened the assistance program, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So we opened this specific spot in July of last year.
Okay.
But Family Assistance Program has been around for 30 plus years now.
Beautiful.
But this community center specifically was a necessity because in this neighborhood for the young people, there's just not a lot available to them. And oftentimes what the issue we find with the young people in this neighborhood is when they have a lot of free time and boredom, that can lead to, at least to a lot of poor life decisions, which is rampant in this community, which is a big part of what we're trying to fight against here. My main joy with being here is that we always have this ability to really have an impact on our clients, and especially in a time like this where there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of panic, we are able to offer our people and our clients the opportunity to have someone who is caring for them and is stable and understands that this isn't going to be something that lasts forever. This is just a temporary crisis.
Right.
And that's what we're here to assist people through.
Right. I think people are looking at life differently a lot every day. It's like pretty much like, we've never really would have thought that we'd be in this position. And now that we are in this position, we just take every day. We literally take day to day. Mm-hmm. You know how you always hear that phrase, just take it day to day. Well, we're literally taking everything day to day because we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
So we have to, there's a lot, things that we have to be thankful for. And at least I think this might be an opportunity for us to really focus on what you guys are doing with youth in the community is trying to reach their heart.
Yeah, so that's a big part. Sorry, but a big part of what we're interested in here is we offer mentorship programs, which are essential.
Perfect.
Because I like to think of it as we all need to be the person that we needed when we were younger. That's what we should aim to be. And I think especially for young people from this neighborhood, and I'm a young person from this neighborhood, there's not a huge supply of role models out there for you. A lot of the people around you tend to live in generational poverty or generational crime, and it's a lot of these generational issues that afflict this neighborhood. And that's what our mentorship program is aimed to combat, is to offer positive role models and also to offer a different perspective on what these young people are capable of.
Right.
I think a huge part of that is once you tell someone they're capable of something, you'd be amazed at how much more effort they're willing to put in towards achieving that.
Well, they believe it.
Right.
And I know just for anyone that's watching us right now, they might say, well, that's easy for you to say. But I know in your case, you have been there and you've been in a situation where you can make a difference.
Right, yeah. So the reason why I work for the agency Family Assistance Program is because when I was a teenager, I became homeless due to family conflict and family turmoil. So a lot of the general public would like to believe that these homeless youth are out there because they don't want to be home by 10:30 and they don't want to follow mom and dad's rules. But realistically, a large majority of the young people I work with are there because of addiction in the family, abuse in the family. About 40% of our youth are LGBTQ of some kind, and they represent almost half of the population of homeless youth in general. So there's a lot of conflict in the family life because of that issue. So absolutely. But myself personally, that's why I do the work I do. You know, I was in a homeless youth shelter, and I saw the family turmoil coming from a family of addicts and a family of generational poverty. But I realized that when I was given the opportunities, I could be better. Right. And that's what I want other young people to have, because I'm really not anything special, but I did have good opportunities. And I think if we were to offer that to our young people, we'd be amazed at how many of them rise to that occasion.
Right. Yeah. And that's the message we're getting out to anyone that's watching is, you know, there is help. Mm-hmm. We do love them.
Yep.
And that we're here for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And a big part of, even during this time of crisis, we will still be offering our anger management and our parenting classes. We can provide you guys links for that online because that's where the classes will be held. So you're still able to access those. And we are here as an ear for the community. A lot of people are cooped up. They just need someone to talk to.
Right.
And that's what we want to offer as well. And we have a plethora of resources. And if you name it, we can probably help you with it, or we know someone who can. So we're happy to support. And especially for those of you with elderly family or family who is sick, wash your hands and really enjoy your time together. Take this as a time to heal and build some relationships. Don't view it as a negative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you to the family assistance programs here in San Bernardino. We're right here on North Mount Vernon, yep. 839 North Mount Vernon and 7th Street. Is that?
Union. Union is the cross street.
Union is the cross street, right behind the church.
And if you guys are familiar with the Home of Neighborly Services, we are in the top floor. That's where we run our community center.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for sharing. And you guys are good? You guys, okay. All right. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing to Information Starts Here. Again, inviting any resource out there to come onto the show. We're going to share this information out to the community because that will make a difference for you don't know how many lives that's going to be affecting. So again, thank you. Thank you, Realty One, for providing this platform for giving back.